Hey guys, so today I want to talk about a very difficult topic. Should Jewish parents be sending their children to schools that are currently not protecting their Jewish students, that are currently negotiating with students who are promoting terror and hate towards the Jewish people on campus? I know everyone has a different viewpoint on this, but I just want to share mine, so hear me out. I come from a family whose religion was academic achievement. We had a lot of Ivy League attendees in my family. I went to Penn for grad school. This was the pinnacle. This was the American dream. Work hard, get into an elite academic institution, and that will set you up for the rest of your life. I know a lot of parents fear that their children will be radicalized by being surrounded by students, teachers, and faculty who are promoting radical ideologies that are either not pro-Israel or just blatantly anti-Semitic. I know a lot of parents also fear for their children's safety and security on these campuses. But that's not really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how we can justify giving money to an institution that is not protecting Jewish students. You know, after the Holocaust, most Jews would not buy a German car. They didn't want to give one penny, no matter how elite the car was, no matter how well made it was, no matter how good the reputation of the company was, to a company that either stood by and watched as the Jewish people were persecuted and murdered, or participated in the attempt at their annihilation. I don't see how this is much different. How can we justify giving 1 cent to an institution who is not supporting Jewish students, who is not letting Jewish students on campus? How can we do this? And I know a lot of people will say, well, we have to be there in order to make a difference. We've been there. It's only gotten worse. We've been there for decades. And the oppression against us, the hostility towards us has only risen year by year. So I just don't believe that that's a good argument. I was talking about this with Rabbi Wilds over the past few days. And he said that the only good reason for a Jewish student to attend one of these universities is if they have the motivation to make a change there. If their goal is not just to get into this elite institution and keep their head down and take what they can from it, but their goal is to actually go there and fight and advocate and not stand for the status quo, not stand for what we're seeing today. I know that many Jewish high school seniors have gotten into these institutions. I know that many Jewish students are already on these campuses. And unfortunately, I think the primary goal now is to make a change in the institution, not to just take from the institution, but to be there and to show up and to say, we're not going to tolerate this hate coming our way. But for me personally, I would never send my child to a school that is allowing this. I would never want to give them 1 cent. I would not send my children to NYU, where I went to undergrad, and I would not send my children to Penn, where I went to grad school. I don't believe in the integrity of these institutions. I don't believe that they see Jews as equals. I don't believe that they are honoring their Jewish students in the way that they would any other marginalized student. But the choice is yours. This is just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt.